From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. The BC election campaign is officially underway, with two party leaders holding events in Vancouver today. BC Conservative leader John Rustad was in Vancouver's Crab Park, an area known for its homeless encampments. He later heads to Vancouver Island. NDP leader David Eby addressed supporters in Richmond and was expected to campaign in North Vancouver today. BC voters head to the polls on October 19th. More than 140 world leaders will soon arrive in New York City for the United Nations General Assembly. United Nations Security and Safety Service Inspector Melinda McCormack says they've put an extensive system in place to ensure leaders remain safe during their visit.
Sometimes we screen during the high-level period up to 22,000 delegate staff and non-UN entities per day. 22,000, that is a high number. Then cameras, which we'll go into a little bit of detail more. We have over 1,400 cameras that we monitor daily.
The UN Security and Safety Service says its command post is in the Brain Center and will ensure the UN headquarters campus remains secure. Gaza Health Ministry has reported an Israeli airstrike has killed women and children who were sheltering in a school in northern Gaza. Officials in Gaza say the strike killed at least 22 people and injured around 30, while the Israeli army says it targeted a Hamas command center. Since the outbreak of the Israel-Hamas war, the Israeli army has struck several schools packed with tens of thousands of Palestinians who were all driven from their homes by the Israeli offensive and evacuation orders. 3 people were injured on Friday trying to disarm a 24-year-old man who was armed with a knife after he entered a Montreal area mosque. An administrator at the Muslim Cultural Center in Chateauguay, Quebec, says the man entered the mosque before prayers and drew the attention of staff, who became alarmed when they saw he was carrying a knife and acting bizarre. The 3 men who were hurt were trying to take the man's knife. Investigators have not provided any details about a possible motive or whether charges are pending. Oktoberfest has opened in Germany after the ceremonial beer keg tapping. The mayor of Munich officially started the 189th Oktoberfest at noon, where he inserted the tap into the first keg. Yanel Brown traveled from the United States for the festivities.
I'm looking forward to the atmosphere, the excitement, the beer, just having a great time with our friends.
The celebration runs through October 6th in 18 large tents covering the fairground and is considered to be the world's largest folk festival. A seal that was rescued on a British beach as a pup is celebrating a milestone birthday in Britain. Sheba celebrated her 50th birthday at the Cornish Seal Sanctuary, far surpassing the lifespan of your average seal in the wild. She's possibly the oldest seal in captivity. Sheba was rescued from a Cornwall beach in September 1974, suffering from a head injury and a nasty eye infection. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the NHL preseason gets underway tonight with Winnipeg as the lone Canadian team in action. The Jets are home to the Minnesota Wild. Pittsburgh is at Buffalo, and St. Louis visits Dallas. 10 season warm-up games are scheduled for tomorrow. The Montreal Alouettes are already playoff-bound for the CFL, but can clinch an East Division home playoff game with a victory over the Ottawa Red Blacks. The Edmonton Elks are at home to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in a West Division matchup later today. The WNBA playoffs start tomorrow when star rookie Caitlin Clark will try to lead the Indiana Fever to a title. The Fever take on the Connecticut Sun in the first round. Reigning world figure skating pair champions Diana Stellato-Deduc and Maxine Deschamps finished second at the Nebelhorn Trophy event in Oberstdorf, Germany. Deschamps of Quebec and Chicago's Stellato-Deduc skated on new short and free programs in the duo's first competition of the season. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.